Another big week in greyhound racing, and of course we have the Gawler Gold Cup sponsored by Pets Tucker on Sunday night. It was a great evening, just the right weather, big crowd, a lot of fun for everyone, and of course Troy Murray dominated with first, second and third. He was going to have first, second, third and fourth, but one of his runners got skittled on the home turn, went in a place-winning position. But the good racing continues on this week. Our special guest on In the Box Seat is Leanne Fagan, who's built a team up significantly in recent times, and she'll be talking about her recent successes, including a double at Port Augusta. As far as the big races interstate over the weekend, we've got the Melbourne Cup getting underway, of course, on Thursday night. We've had some terrific races leading up to it. What about Beckham Bale in the shootout the other night? Got to be next to Brett Lee, probably the next fastest dog we've seen for a long, long time. And I know there was some talk about putting up $1 million for any dog that could break the track record here at Angle Park, thinking that there was no possible hope. But I reckon if I was putting up $1 million and Beckham Bale came over here to race, I'd be a bit nervous for a while because it has run sensational times in Melbourne. Now the Bold Treese is coming up at Sandown Park too over the 7:15. At Ipswich, they've got the City of Ipswich Gold Cup, and of course at Cannington, the Young Stars Classic. Now, faces in the crowd from Chase's Restaurant. If you dine in Chase's Restaurant, I suggest that you keep an eye on the website over the next few weeks and see if your face comes up, because you could win dinner for two at Chase's on us. So just check it out each week if you've been there in the past, and you never know, you could get dinner for two at our expense. What's on in South Australia this week? Well, the Doug Payne Memorial is on Thursday night. It's a program that's very heavily committed to South Australian greyhounds, both SA bred and SA owned, and the Doug Payne Memorial is for the best 8 SA bred, and it's worth $9,000. So there's been some damn good stake money around for greyhound racing in Adelaide of late. Now the Honeys have left me with some tips for Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, race 1, number 2, Nyasaland Lass. Very, very consistent in this grade Wednesday class. It's got plenty of pace, runs pretty wide, but is fairly reliable lately, and there's no doubt it'll take a lot of beating. And they've gone in race 9 for number 7, Glynis Bale. Been excelling over the 600. It's been having some great clashes against Long Gully Arch. Comes back to the 5:15 this week, but the way it's been going on Wednesday, the Honeys think that it'll take a world of beating. Now on Thursday night, they're going race 2, number 5, Hannah McLaren. Had no luck at all in the Gawler Cup heats, and then again when it raced there on Sunday, got flattened on at least 2 occasions. What I liked about it was that Hannah McLaren stuck to its guns and was coming home hard again at the finish. Personally, before I back her, I'd be wanting to see her go over the 600. I think she'll be a sensation over the 600, but the Honeys think she'll clean them up on Thursday night. And the other one they've gone for is race 5, number 8, Bralin Ella. It's well suited out there in 8. Last start, it led, just seemed to run a bit wide and was joined in the lead and just did enough to get its head in front at the finish. Honeys think that from box 8 it'll get a clear run and could even set up a big winning lead. Their first 4s for the Honeys on Thursday night, race 2, 5, 8, 3, 7, and in race 5, 8, 3, 2 and 5. As far as the in-the-box seat selection is concerned, race 8, number 3, Crazy Heart on Thursday night. Now she, of course, was the only South Australian finalist in the Adelaide Cup, the Triple M Adelaide Cup. She momentarily was injured at Gawler on Sunday night, but she must have struck the running rail, because straight afterwards she was as free as a bird and trotted back without any ill effects. And she's the in-the-box seat tip. As far as mine are concerned, I've got, I think, a few winners this week. On Wednesday, race 2, number 3, Tom Labuse. Has only had the one run, was up there, got into trouble, and finished on again strongly at the finish. It's one in the Troy Murray kennel. And the other one is race 5, number 3, Intellectual. Now, Intellectual is a black dog, been trialling very well in the shorts here at Angle Park of a Tuesday night. It comes over from Temora, where it's won a couple of races in a row, and it comes from the Leslie Sermon kennel. So it'll be short, but it'll be sweet. On Thursday, event 3, number 8, Suki. It was a moral beating at its only recent run here at Angle Park, and I think the 8 will suit it down to the ground. And the other one that's worth waiting for is race 11, number 8, Aston Thomas. Sure, he was beaten by Calden Mayhem in the Pets Tucker Gawler Gold Cup, but I think in this class, drawn 8, he should be a good thing. Next up, we'll find out what the future winners for Leanne Fagan are, and certainly with the dogs in a kennel at the moment, it's a kennel to follow. As mentioned, our special guest on In the Box Seat is Leanne Fagan, who's got a great team of greyhounds together, is a kennel worth following, and certainly was worth following Melbourne Cup Day when she ventured to Port Augusta with a couple of winners. Well done, Leanne.
Thanks, Ray.
What was the idea of Port Augusta? I guess with Northern Aurora, she gets knocked around so much, it was a bit of a confidence builder. And Nero Lankin, your other winner, he's now won 4 in a row.
Yeah, he has. Basically, we've gone to Port Augusta most years. We've just found that win, lose or draw, it gives them a bit of a difference, a little bit like coursing. They come back here and they seem to look for different things. So that was the idea, and obviously their first meeting back. So we thought we'll throw whatever we can in, just give them a bit of support, and I hope they continue on with good meetings.
I've always liked Northern Aurora, but she's a bit on the tiny side. I've lost count of the number of times she's been vying for the lead on the first turn and gets into strife. So she would have enjoyed it there from box 1.
She did, and she actually had to push from behind to get through, but did it quite quickly, and then from there on just led all the way home.
Now, Nero Lankin, he, I guess with the success you've had with Touch of Lankin, you've got this one from the same source, and he's very, very promising.
Yeah, he is. We're going to step him up to the 500, and hopefully he continues the way he's been going. He's very good early. Again, at Port Augusta, he had to come from behind, which is something he doesn't normally do, but he did it very well and won quite well, about 3.5 lengths. So.
When you got Touch of Lankin, I remember though they had some doubts about him running the distance too, but you've got him running it out.
Yeah, he'd probably been in a lot more shorter. He had run 500, and he's around a 30-20 dog. Hopefully this bloke will be a little bit better.
Was he more expensive?
Not well, a little bit, but not really. Similar sort of margins, but the breeder believes that he'll go that little bit better. It's just taken us a little while to get him there. He had a wrist issue, and I think it's just taken this long to get his fitness to where it needs to be, and hopefully he'll step up to the 500 from here and go well.
And you built your team up with Crafty Connie and the sister Crafty Lucy, etc. So you're stepping them out with a bit more distance.
Yeah, Crafty Lucy had won 600 in Melbourne, so we did bring her here on a Monday night. She won a 600 here, so we've decided to step her up a little further. She just seems to be a little bit tardy out the box. She's sort of jumping up with the lids rather than coming out.
A lot of dogs do that here. Of late, I've seen plenty of dogs bolt upright and they get left. Emily Max is notorious for it, and there's a few others doing it at the moment.
Yeah, it's frustrating. She was jumping well here, and we took her to Strath for the Cup Series, and she absolutely flew the lids up there and went brilliant, and came back here and just can't hit them since, so it's frustrating.
How many in the team at the moment?
I've got about 12 in work at the moment, one yet to race, but hopefully won't be a lot longer.
Is that the most you've had? You've been busy at times over the years, haven't you?
Yeah, it fluctuates. It's probably the most that we've had sort of ready to race. We've always got pups hanging around at some point. But yeah, probably the most in the kennel.
Any promising ones amongst the youngsters?
Probably not at this age. They're only babies really, and more 400 metres at this point, which is a bit disappointing. But we'll see what happens, and hopefully by the time they're 2, they might be showing a little more promise. All
right. Well, thank you for talking with us, and good luck with your team. I'm sure that in the right grades, you'll continue to get quite a few winners. You're going back to Port Augusta again? We hope so. It just depends on weather and the kids and what we've got on. But if we can, we'll certainly go back and give them a bit more support with some runners. Thank you very much for talking with us today.
No worries.
Leanne Fagan with us there in the box seat, and she certainly had a busy night at Angle Park on Monday night with 6 runners on that occasion. Sean Matcott had 26, so quite a number of the trainers supporting Angle Park in a big manner. Don't forget to keep up with all the information you need on hot dogs for breakfast on Wednesday mornings on 5RPH between 8 and 9, and of course GRSA on your website. Keep backing those winners.